Hello folks, this is Sullla once again. You're listening to another video for League of Legends, and this is going to be taken from one of our Team 5v5 games. So this is from Team Ranked 5s. Our team, Custom Games Superstars, playing against Gruffalo Buffalo Stuff. And this is a game that turned into a very interesting game, as it's, I won't spoil it for you guys as to what happened, but it turned into a very interesting game as we played through it. In this game, we're going to have Spreakaway jungling as Evelynn. We're going to have Fallen Asylum playing as Xerath in mid. We're going to have K-Hop playing as Shen in the top lane. And then the bottom lane is going to be myself playing as Sona, and High Legend playing as Caitlyn. Varus Nox was caught up in work on this particular day, and so High was nice enough to join us and play a couple games on our Ranked 5 teams. Then on the other team, for the Gruffalo Buffaloes, I guess we can call them, noticing that name, they are going to have a lineup made up of Varus, made up of Maokai in the jungle, which is kind of interesting. You don't see Maokai as much anymore. Much more popular in Season 2 than in Season 3. They're going to have a Jarvan top laner, they're going to have Ryze in mid, and then it is Varus Nunu in the bottom lane, which is a bit of an unusual combination. Playable for sure, but something you don't see that often. You don't really see Nunu as a support that much anymore, and he doesn't seem to be that strong ever since his Blood Boil was nerfed as a support. By the way, Spreakaway knew their player, the IGO mid, knew that guy, who was, I guess, their jungle Maokai player. They knew one another from playing in solo queue. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to put down some wards. So we're going to put a ward right here to watch for an invasion of our wraiths in the early game. We don't really expect that from Maokai, but it's useful to have vision there. Then we're going to come over here and we're going to look to ward their wraiths here at the start of the game as well. This is very standard. Warding the wraiths are one of the most common places to ward. And we also have a cape trap down here to watch for this entrance. So we've got vision on all the entrances except this one right here. And watch for it. And there's the trap. So if they were planning to invade, apparently they decided to back off and do something else. Oh, they actually warded there. Interesting. That's a bit of an odd spot to ward. I would think that you'd want the ward either at the wraiths or you'd want it at red. This is an unusual spot to ward. I guess they wanted to see if we were doing doubles. Very, very interesting. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to start out here at double golems. This we've been seeing this a lot more in competitive play in the actual team games in like the League Championship Series, the LCS. So what we're going to do is we're going to start at double golems. We're going to split the experience. We're going to give Spreakaway. He's going to start at doubles and then go to red, and then he'll go there, and we're going to give him a smiteless leash at red. He'll go on to blue then. I actually walked the wrong way. That was a stupid mistake by my part to walk all the way around here instead of going straight to red. Could have saved a little damage. There, jungler Maokai is going to start at blue, and he's going to run straight to red. And again, that's fairly standard. Note that they gave him a smiteless leash. Now, little note about bottom lane here is we have picked what I feel is probably the strongest blue side lane right now, that being Kate Sona. There's really no way that you can win against a Kate Sona lane on blue side, because what's going to happen is Caitlyn's going to, do double golems at the start. The only way to win is you have to interrupt their double golem start, but Kate's going to get double golems to start. Caitlyn is going to hit level 2 first, and then with level advantage and creep advantage, there is almost nothing that you can do. So look, note that we hit level 2 first. Nunu is still a creep away, but now we hit level 2 first, and we're going to get the edge, and we're going to start bullying them around. Okay, so anyway, the junglers have both grabbed red buff. Let's keep an eye on what's going on right here. So Spreak is going to come in to look to jungle, but he gets spotted by their team. Nice job by their Maokai, gets the root. Now Ryze is going to go in and use his rune prison. Spreakaway is going to have to burn his flash, and that is really not what we were looking for. So an unusual placement for Maokai. I'm wondering how we managed to miss spotting him with this ward, because we did have this ward here. We probably should have seen him coming down. I guess we assumed that he was going to top lane when he actually was not. Anyway, up in top lane, it is their team's Jarvan against our K-Op top lane. K-Op is going to get caught right here, and the Ignite is going to claim first blood, and then this would actually be real trouble for us, because you do not want, obviously you never want to give away first blood, but not only did K-Hop unfortunately get killed, but their Jarvan player got first blood. And check this out. Look at this wave. This is like 3 full waves of minions, and K-Op is not going to get this, and that is real trouble. A note for K-Op. K-Op started with wards. Let me go ahead and highlight his inventory here. He started with 2 wards. He just didn't put them down. And that was a real mistake. That's the whole reason why you buy the wards. You got to put those wards down. And I remember we mention this during the game. So anyway, that was a mistake, and that is going to cost us in this game. Now, here comes Maokai on a gank. We were expecting him to come in here. Note the trap down here in the brush, and there's the trap. We're going to spot him. We're going to back off. Note how we're just bullying around their bottom lane. Again, you can't beat... you really can't beat Kate and Sullla. But anyway, so they're going to go in, and now they're going to look to, you know, try to burst down High Legend. I'm going to put the exhaust on Varus. He's going to use his barrier right there. We note that we have Spreakaway coming down here from the lane, so we're going to try to interrupt their blue pills. I'm going to toss down the ward to give us vision there. So they are coming in. We're just baiting this. So Spreakaway is going to come in. He's going to grab 1 kill. Now they are still diving after High Legend. Spreak's going to come in on the backside of that fight, and oh, we really want to pick up these kills. We're going to try to get Nunu. He's going to pop his summoner heal. Are we going to be able to chase this down? No, he's going to flash out. Meanwhile, Maokai is running over here. So, oh, we're going to manage to get this kill. Unfortunately, Maokai is faster than me as Sona, and he is going to go ahead and get the execute. I could potentially have flashed and maybe gotten that kill, but it would have been a bit risky. Still, I did get experience, but unfortunately we didn't get as much out of that as we would have liked. That could have been a triple kill so easily, but unfortunately we came up just short. Still, we did get the kill onto their Varus, and that's going to put our bottom lane ahead. Note the minion kills down here, 31 to 21, so that's really good news for us. We also then just came mid, tried to force a flash from Rise, but we're not able to get that flash on Spreakaway. Spreakaway was not able to pop that flash. So anyway, we're in good shape bottom, but we are a bit behind in top, and that's because Jarvan's got that first blood, and that's going to put him ahead in this particular matchup. And now Jarvan, I guess he's just putting down a ward. Alrighty, so as I said, Kate Sona, really strong blue lane side. It's really tough to stop Kate Sona. They're going to, you know, do the double golems, and then they are just going to shove you around in lane, and there's almost nothing you can do to stop this. It's just a terrifying lane. Anytime that we are on the purple side of the map, or red side, I guess, as it's displaying in this game, what we do is we just lane swap. And you see that from a lot of the professional teams too, is if you don't think that you can beat the lane, you just lane swap. And so when we're on purple side, we've been in top lane a lot. And that's, again, a reflection going back to all this. Anyway, their Nunu did a nice thing. Their Nunu went ahead, and he actually bought 3 vision wards right here. He has a vision ward at Dragon, he has another one in the Tri-Brush, and he has a vision ward in here. So he's cleared out our vision, and done a really nice job of doing that. So he's invested very heavily in these pink wards. We keep an eye on top lane. Yeah, K-Hop is a little bit low. So what he's done is he's cleared out all of the vision that we have down here. I also got greedy. I bought a Philos. I had just enough for a Philostone, so I bought that. Anyway, we'll keep an eye on top lane. Here is the gank from Fallen. Well, we are going to get the kill on their Jarvan, but he got a kill in the process, so 1 for 1. Anyway, so their Maokai is hanging out down here, and that is, you know, they're just baiting this gank. Again, they have used the pink to clear out the vision. That was nicely played, as I said. So we're going to, I mean, we're obviously looking to play aggressively. So here they go. In comes Maokai. I am going to look to flash out, and a Caitlyn trap is going to help us right there. Nicely done. That buys us just a little bit of time. And now I am out, but their Varus is going to dash in, and unfortunately, he is going to get the kill with his hail of arrows, or rain of arrows, whatever that's called. I could have dodged that, and that was a misplay there. That was a skill shot. If I had juked to the right, I could have dodged that. But we do go 1 for 1, so not terrible, considering that we had no vision on that gank. And note that High Legend's still farming, while their Varus player is dead, and thus obviously not farming. So we come out ahead from that, but I could have dodged. I could have dodged that hail of arrows and avoided dying. So could have been much better, unfortunately for us. Anyway, the good news is we are ahead bottom, and that's good because we are behind in top. And that Jarvan is actually getting pretty scary. He's already picked up a pretty early Brutalizer. In addition to, it looks like he's just going straight for Black Cleaver, which is a very aggressive build on Jarvan. And in mid is pretty much even thus far. Fallen does have 1 kill, so I think he's a little bit ahead. But on the whole, the game's pretty close. Both junglers have been doing a lot of ganking, and not a whole lot of farming to this point. Anyway, back down into the bottom lane. There comes Maokai once again, and we were playing forward, we were playing aggressively. I'm going to try to use the exhaust to get us out of there, but unfortunately that's not going to be enough, and I do not have boots as Sona, and that guy does have boots. So Maokai is going to pick off that kill. And that was, again, just us playing aggressively. Maokai came through the lane and ganked. and High Legend said afterwards probably should not have been playing so aggressively. So that was a bad play from us. We should have just taken our advantage and gone back to buys sooner. We were trying to take advantage. Of the fact that Nunu wasn't there, and we knew that Nunu wasn't there. But Maokai made a nice play, and that turned into a double kill for them, and that gave away a lot of our advantage in the bottom lane. See, if you check out the gold, their Varus is actually ahead now off of that kill, which is really unfortunate because we had been completely pushing around their lane. But that is something that jungle ganks will do. Jungle ganks will help to put lanes that are losing and put them ahead. Anyway, so Spreakaway does have red buff, so keep an eye on him. We'll see if he'll be able to go after one of these other lanes. High Legend does have the sustain now, and keep an eye on mid. Got in some nice damage there. Looks like Fallen just used his ult. And, yeah, like I said, not too much going on right now. Neither team's taken Dragon. We're waiting for an opportunity to do that. And Jarvan is back in top lane, and it looks like he's still building that Brutalizer. Anyway, so now I've had a chance to pick up some more wards. So we're going to try and avoid that situation before where we were playing in the dark. So anyway, there's our vision. Pretty good in bottom lane right now. Looks like much of their team is back buying. So again, against this Varus Nunu lane, we just harass and poke is sort of the thing, and we have sustain. So you know, if we both take harass, our team can heal it while they really can't. I mean, Nunu can eat creeps, but that's about it. And Varus has the lifesteal on his Vamp Scepter. But I mean, we out-sustain them, and all we have to do is look to poke and harass them. And there's not a whole lot they can do. This is a lane that we just win. See, there's the Sona poke, and then the Caitlyn poke coming out. And I mean, look that we're just poking this Nunu apart right now. I mean, he's taking so much harass. See, right there's a Peacemaker. Out comes the Kate ult, and obviously Varus is going to block that, but we managed to force Nunu. He's going to be forced out of the lane and forced to heal. So again, the power of blue side Kate Sona. It is so strong. Okay, we're baiting a fight in top lane, but as it turns out, they're also baiting a fight in top lane. We have no idea that Maokai is sitting there in the brush. And they've got a huge creep wave advantage as well, so they're going to come out and go in, and now Spreakaway is going to jump in, and what we need here is we need K-Hop to ult Spreakaway, is what we really need. So we're going to get one fight, but where's the Shen ult? Oh no Shen ult, and oh, this is not good. Jarvan gets the double kill. Oh, stand united, stand united, stand united. So poor K-Hop did make a few mistakes in this one, and again, it's a poorly timed death for us because not only did Jarvan get a double kill and get red buff in the process, but again, the minion wave, the minion wave, the minion wave. That is 3 full waves of minions that we are not going to farm, and it's going to cost us a tower as well. So that is a lot of global gold that we're not picking up in that top lane. So that really hurt us, and Jarvan has now gotten... Jarvan is now very strong. That's pretty scary. So we're going to have to hope that we can do well in bottom lane. Anyway, there's the initiation, so I'm going to use my ult, and then I'm going to flash out, and that's going to cancel Nunu's ult. So he is going to go ahead and continue tossing snowballs, and he's just straight up diving, and almost able to get that kill. Summoner heal comes out. So we are going to manage to make it out of there, which I thought was rather well played, considering the fact that, you know, they used both of their ults. So we're going to make it out of there with no one dead, just the cost of the flash. And we would have gotten the kill on Nunu if he had not popped his Summoner heal. But again, Nunu has been out of lane quite a bit, and he's missed a lot of gold and experience. And again, because he didn't buy the early Philosopher's Stone. Now, again, he doesn't have to buy a Philostone. Nunu has pretty good sustain. He doesn't have to buy a Philostone, but the trade-off for buying all those pink wards and not buying a Philostone is he is not going to have much passive gold generation coming in. So, I mean, if you check out the gold, well, if you check out the gold, he's actually even to me right now. But that's because they're up a tower, and you know, it's mostly because they're up the tower. Anyway, in mid, out comes the Jarvan gank in mid, and that's going to be 1 kill. And are we going to be able to turn this around? That Jarvan has got 5 kills. He's already got a black cleaver. And no, we're not going to be able to get another one. Oh, in comes the Maokai roots, and uh-oh, this is not good. Spreakaway is going to fall, and now K-Hop is low. Can he manage to make it out of here? Their team really diving beyond this tower. Does he have the dash up? No, he does not, and Ryze is going to pick that off, and oh, that fight got turned around really badly. Largely, again, just due to the fact that Jarvan has snowballed this top lane. So they are looking to take Dragon off of that using another pink ward. So nicely done there. We'll be able to clear them off mid, but we can't challenge them for this Dragon. That's going to be free, and that's going to put them further ahead in this particular match. And they've really snowballed this off of top lane. So there you see they are about 3,000 gold ahead. And Ryze and I are going to walk right into one another. and he's going to get off a full combo on me, but not in that much danger, which is good because I did not have flash up right there. So just going to turn and walk away. That said, in the game, we are not in a particularly great position. Their team is 3.5k gold ahead. They're 6 kills ahead. They're a tower ahead, and they're up a dragon as well. The one thing that's going well for us is Kate is in really good shape. High Legend, if you look at the minion kills, High Legend is like 30 minion kills ahead. Actually, no, he's, 40 minion kills ahead. Yeah, that's a lot. Now, the gold is actually quite close. Again, that's because their Varus has the global gold from the tower kill and the dragon. But that's the lane where we're doing the best. And again, it's not because we are such amazing players, but largely due to the fact that blue side Kate Sona is ridiculously strong. So anyway, we got their tower. That's good. We're going to pick up the global gold. That'll pull us back a little bit closer in the global gold. What is it? It's about 2.5k? Yeah, about 2.5k now. So that helped us quite a bit. We really needed that gold. And now we're going to come in and gank Rise. There is the Xerath ultimate, and Spreek is here as well. Going to pick that off. Very nicely done. Now they're going to flash in after Spreek wave. I'm going to get Sona ult here. Can Spreek survive? He's on 10 HP. And oh no, the Maokai sapling! The sapling! Oh! Manages to run out. That was... that was very funny while playing, and hopefully it was amusing to watch as well. Anyway, though, they are coming in, and we actually knew that Jarvan was over here as well. So there comes the new ult on Fallen, and I was like, oh no, can't save that. And now they're coming in after me, and Jarvan's going to jump in, and yeah, the dunks. Jarvan is 7-1-1, and he is really strong. Now, in bottom lane, while that's going on, High Legend went ahead and 1v1 their Varus and got a kill, so that was really nicely done. And I would love to back up and show this, but the last couple times I've tried to use the rewind feature on the client, it has just crashed, so I'm going to skip that for now. Meanwhile, High Legend now coming into bottom. He's going to flash backwards to try and avoid the Maokai route, but Maokai is going to get that kill. Can Spreekaway pick this one up? And oh, look at this, diving behind the tower from their team. And are they going to be able to make it out of here? Maybe. Spreekaway does not have red buff, or does... No, he doesn't have red buff. But that was the mistake right there. Maokai goes back in comes K-Hop, going to get the flash taunt, and so we are going to pick up a kill. And that was really silly because there was a double buff on Maokai, and you don't want to give Evelynn double buff. That makes her gank so much stronger, so that was a mistake. And Maokai wondering why Shen's there. I don't know, probably because K-Hop went back to base, revived, and came to join the fight. Still, the net of all that, not great, not too good for us. And the real problem is that Jarvan is so strong that he's 7-1-1. I mean, if we check out the global gold total, 7k on him, and poor K-Hop only has 4.5k. Now, this mid lane is going well for us as well. By the way, I haven't talked too much about mid, but Fallen has just been ripping apart their Rise player in mid, this guy Dan Forever. And this is a matchup that Xerath does really well, and one of the great crippling weakness of Rise is his short range. So Xerath can set up at much longer range and just poke away. And Fallen's been doing a great job of that in this game. He's got the Morella Namakan, he's got a tier, and he is set up to scale really well in the late game. Now Spreek is hanging around in the area again. We were maybe thinking about going in and fighting this, but decided to back off and just leave this one. Again, Jarvan building pretty much straight damage. Check out his armor and MR, 95, 94. He really has almost nothing in the way of tankiness. He's just almost on pure damage. He has the Black Cleaver. He's got a Biowater Cutlass. So he's just building, all damage all the time. Anyway, they are setting up to invade our jungle once again. They went ahead and cleared my ward over there. I knew that they were going to. And now here they go, diving again. In comes Nunu. I'm going to flash away from that. In comes the Shen ult as well. And we are going to counter-gank the living daylights out of this one. So Shen comes in. Spreekaway is right there. And remember, Spreek has double buff because they gave it to him earlier. That's 1 kill. That's 2 kills. Fallen comes down as well. That's 3 kills. And that was a very good fight for us indeed. As we said, this is why you banned Shen. We used Shen to go ahead and counter-gank that one pretty hard. Now, the one thing we did have to do is we did need to have someone race to top immediately to hold this tower, and that was a mistake. Somebody from our team, probably should have been K-Hop, but I guess could have been somebody else as well, needed to run immediately back to top because we did give away the top tower in that process. Now, despite that, would happily make that trade because we got 3 kills, and I would definitely trade that for the tower. In this particular situation, we needed that gold because we're behind. We needed to get that, and you know, we needed, because we were so far behind in kills, we needed to pick something up. Anyway, Jarvan wandering in, that's trouble, but I believe we spotted him somewhere. I think we saw him coming in, and he's going to flagpole toss. Fallen actually uses the barrier, which is a bit of a mistake there, but we are able to disengage from that. So let's go ahead, let's reset the game. It is a 2k gold lead right now. They're ahead by 2,000 gold. We've closed it to within 3 kills, and, you know, we were feeling pretty good about this game overall. The only real problem was Jarvan, and we had this feeling that we could deal with Jarvan because he hadn't built any tank items. I get now he's picked up the Giant's Belt, but that's it. We figured that Jarvan would just, you know, if we could get a good exhaust on him in a fight, that's really my responsibility with 1 exhaust. I have the only one on the team, right? Yeah, if I could just get an exhaust on him at a good time during the fight, that we'd be able to deal with him, that we would be okay. Anyway, though, they are initiating here in mid. Spreakway is going to pop Rise. We're going to grab him immediately. Now we're looking to turn. We're going to get Nunu as well. Next, we're going to focus on Maokai. So that's 2 for 0. We did lose the bottom turret, but again, we're going to take that. And now we're going to look to go ahead and get this mid tower. In flashes Jarvan. Again, I need to exhaust him right here, and I am going to exhaust him, but it's a little bit late. It's after his Cataclysm. Still, though, we're going to look to go on Jarvan. We do get a great taunt from K-Hop. And are we going to be able to get this? Yes, we're going to get the shutdown. So that's worth a lot of gold. And are we going to get Maokai? Yes! The Arcano Pulse is going to grab that one. So that is 4 for 0 and a tower here in mid lane. So that is very, very valuable indeed. And now, yes, we lost a tower. There, Varus is pushing in bottom. But we're going to go ahead and take the second tower to try and even this up. And I'm going to come down here. My hope was that I could keep him off the tower. Was the goal, and because I knew that this tower was low. So he's going to ult. He's going to miss the ult. Now he's going to go in on me. I'm going to use my ult under the tower, but he is going to flash and barrier for this. So Varus does get the kill, survives with 50 HP. He did use both his summoners there. So worth it? Maybe, maybe not. Depends on your point of view. Anyway, Spreakway, though, will come in and the cleanup duty. So there we go. Going to get that. So overall, though, the whole sequence in full, we got the 2 towers in mid. We got 5 kills. They got 2 towers in bottom. And by the way, mid towers are more valuable inherently than bottom lane towers. So we traded 2 towers for 2 towers, and we went 5 for 1 in kills in that whole sequence overall. Plus, we also did pop both summoners on their AD carry, which is pretty significant, by the way. That actually does matter. So right now, it's just over 1,000. It's right around 1,000 gold deficit for our team, and we were feeling really, really good right now about our situation in the game. We're like, you know what? Their team got ahead, but we've been pulling it back. We've been winning the team fights. Like when we've actually 5v5 team fought, we've been winning these fights. So we were feeling pretty comfortable about our situation. This particular dragon, we're hoping that we could make a play here. So watch, Fallen's going to use his ult, and look at the damage he's doing right here. And is he going to be able to get the steal? No, not going to be able to get the steal. He actually has done that before. Did that like 2 or 3 weeks ago in one of our games. Just set up back here with Xerath and then ulted and actually stole dragon and killed like 2 people on the other team. So he has actually done that before, but not this time. So that gets them back up to a 2,000 gold lead. And we're going to pick up a kill right there. Oh, I'm sorry. Bad camera work there. LCS camera work. Bad camera work, missing the kill. But we did manage to pick off Varus. And again, Varus used his flash very aggressively before, so did not have it up. And that's going to help us out. At this point, we said, you know, what's our next objective? Well, Dragon's not up. We got 2 towers in mid. We got the bottom outer tower. We said, you know what, our next objective should probably be to get this tower in top lane. So we're looking to set up as a group here and to try and get that. We also saw that Nunu warded here with the pink. So we thought, you know what, he's going to come back to get this ward. Maybe we can kill him. But then this happened. K-Hop, his connection dropped out and had to go back to base. So K-Hop dropped from the game. He dropped from TeamSpeak. And we were like, oh, well, that's not good. After all, we couldn't ask him what the problem is because he dropped off TeamSpeak. K-Hop told us later on that he just, his internet went out. I think that his family actually had to disconnect the internet to do something at home. But in any case, he wasn't with us for right now. And we are going to have to try to survive in the meantime with the 4v5 for the time being. And that is not such a good thing. But anyway, we'll see what we can do and hope that we can hold out. But this game was very, very close. And it's going to be a lot harder to try and survive with only 4 members. Okay, so what's going on? Spreak is pushing out bottom lane. Right here, we're going to turn the corner, and uh-oh, that was a mistake. We walk right into there. Walk right into them, and oh, we need the Shen ult right now. And oh, well, yeah, that's right. Shen is not here, so that was not so good. And unfortunately, we missed seeing them with this ward right here. I think that's because Jarvan came around from this direction, came through the blue. But anyway, so that's not good. We're already missing Shen, and now we're down. Now we're down Xerath as well. And we really need Xerath for the wave clear right here. So we're going to look to give up this tower. But, oh, watch this. We see Jarvan coming in over the wall here. He's going to jump right in. And, oh, we need that Shen ult right now, but we don't have it. And it's a nice chain of corruption from Varus. Now Maokai's jumping in on High Legend. He's doing his best to DPS, but not a whole lot he can do. Their team very aggressive in diving these towers, but now it is a 5 versus 3, and we're missing our AD. And this is just not the good time for Shen to be out of the game. As they dive our towers, and now they're going to look to go and just continue pushing. Again, very aggressive. What they really should do here is look to back and probably take Baron. That would be a much safer play here, but nope, they're going to continue. Now Spreek is going to get Rune Prison, and again, we don't have our AD carry, so it's not a great fight. Spreekway will get taken out by that arrow. Now Xerath is doing his full combo, but is it going to be enough? No, doesn't look like it. So their team has just gotten this tremendous push. 3 straight towers in mid, and really is all snowballed, well, largely off the fact that it's, well, a 4v5 game. So from being in a position where we had fallen behind, and then we had almost caught up to their team, and check out the gold total. Now it's a 6.5k gold lead once again. And yeah, we do still have the inhib mid, and it is, regaining life, but ooh, that was a bit rough. Again, as I said, what they should have done was they should have taken the second tower here and rotated the Baron. That would have been a free Baron. That would have been a stronger play. Now, in the end, I mean, they did get this tower, so, I mean, it worked out, but that was a very risky play, and if they had known, if Shen had actually been there, that would have backfired horribly, but fortunately for them, K-Hop was still disconnected. So, as I said, the smarter play, you can't assume that that you have a 5v4 because you don't even get the disconnect messages anymore. They should have taken this tower and then gone and grabbed Baron, which would have been totally free, and that would have been it would have been a much safer play, in my opinion. Okay, anyway, so their team has gone ahead. They've gone back and bought, and if you look at some of their items, Jarvan, he does have the Sunfire cape, and he does have the Hex Striker, but he's still mostly pretty high on damage, and in fact, Jarvan still remains the biggest threat. He's a little bit tankier now, but he still doesn't have that much in the way of health or armor. 155, 129 armor MR, but only 2,700 health. That's really not that much for someone who's level 17 and someone who's a melee character. Varus has got a fair amount of items now. Ryze is building toward... Ryze is... What is he building? He's got two... I guess he's building double Rod of Ages. I'm not a huge fan of that build in this game because you really should only go for that build if you're really, really fed, and he is not in this game. 1-2, not all that strong. On our side, what have we got? Spreekaway has built the Elder Lizard item, and he's got Leandries now, so he's actually dealing quite a bit of damage. Our Xerath player, Fallen, now has the Death Cap, so very, very heavy damage. And they're going to go for the inhib. Again, there's not a whole lot we can do. Spreekaway is going to dive in. Is he going to be able to get the kill on Varus? Varus will pop his barrier. Spreek is not going to be able to get that, unfortunately. That's, again, where we really picked Eve so that we could use Shen ult on Evelynn. So they're going to get the blue inhib, and what they should do, again, is they should back and take Baron here, because they've just killed our jungler. We don't have a smite. That's their best decision, but... Again, they're hanging around in the base and not going straight for Baron here, which would have been a good idea. So they will ultimately now look to back off, but they did waste a little bit of time there. But one thing I will say is check out their word coverage. Their word coverage is absolutely excellent. So I do want to give props to their Nunu player. Really, really good word coverage in this particular game. And he's going to be ahead of me in gold. I'll check the gold. So, see, he's actually a fair amount ahead of me. But, again, that's mostly due to the global gold. Anyway, so I'm coming over here to ward blue, but unfortunately get caught here. Jarvan is still in the area. I'm going to flash, but that means, of course, that I can't flash out of his Cataclysm. So they are going to go ahead and burst and kill me. And I was not too terribly pleased by that. Thought that was a bit of a mistake. We thought that they were at Baron. We believed that they were at Baron. So I thought that I could come over here and ward blue, but as it turned out, they were still hanging around at the blue. They're going to go ahead and pick up Dragon's Whelp. So check out the gold total right now. They are 9,000 gold ahead. I guess 8.8k, but basically 9,000 gold ahead. So for all intents and purposes, this game is basically over. Again, why they are not taking Baron is beyond me. It's been free for like the last 4 to 5 minutes. Now they are finally going to grab the Oracle right here. And it looks like they're going to go and maybe try to do Baron from here. They have just pinks everywhere all over the map. So we are trying to hold the tower. And aha! The Ray of Hope. K-Hop has managed to come back. So it's been 6 minutes. Unfortunately, in those 6 minutes, we went from being about 1.5k gold down to being 9k gold down. But watch here, right here, going to make a mistake. They are going to go ahead and, for whatever reason, they're not grouped up. Ryze is back at base. Varus is here, so we're going to look to force this fight. Sona ult is going to whiff completely, but we're going to look to pick this, and this is a 5v3 fight. So we are focusing on Jarvan. He's the key target. He's going to use his Cataclysm, but again, they only have 3 here, so that's going to be 1 kill. Now we're going to turn, and can we manage to pick somebody else off? Ward goes over the wall for vision. No, not going to be able to pick someone else off, but we did get Jarvan, and we were like, wait, can we do Baron here? But their team was showing up. We were like, no, this is not a good idea. Are we going to be able to get Nunu, though? No, not going to be able to pick off Nunu. But we really cannot fight for this Baron. We need to disengage, and we need to get out of here. Just take what you can get. Note that the base is still being pushed. Take what you can get, and then back off. Not worth it to try and do Baron and then get aced, and then they take Baron, and, you know, that's the end of the game or what have you. So we're going to back out. And we're just going to be happy with what we got. So, again, note that the Baron still has not been taken by their team. And they did not take advantage of the 5v4 to go and take Baron. So, they got the inhib. They got a huge lead in gold. But we've got K-Hop back now. And that means we've got the Shen ult. So, we will, you know, just going to look to hang in there. Their team has not really made good use of their time while they had the advantage. And if we can, you know, we want to try to stall them out. Try to wait until the inhib respawns and look to 5v5 team fight after that, because we were winning the 5v5 fights before that disconnect. Now granted, they've got a lot more gold now. They're, you know, 8,000 gold ahead or what have you, but you know, we were doing quite well before that. And the other thing that we noticed during this game is their team was very prone to diving over and over again. You might have noticed a couple times in bottom lane they dove past this tower when their Varus flashed in several times to try to get kills. So we noticed their team was very prone to diving, and we were hoping that their team would do that again and make a mistake, be overly aggressive. So anyway, finally now their team is looking to go and take the Baron. And we figured they were probably at the Baron, so I'm coming up here to ward, and it's like, oh, yeah, they're at Baron. Okay, so I need to try to get out of here. Jarvan's going to jump in, but Jarvan is going to decide that he doesn't want to engage on this. So, nice, by the way, nice ult by Fallen. Is he going to be able to get Nunu here? And no, going to be blocked. So they do pick up Baron, but I am able to get out of there, fortunately. Could have gotten killed. And the nice thing about that is we did get the Baron timer. We did see when they killed Baron. So that was the one advantage of being up there and almost dying, is we did find out when they took Baron. So we've got a timer, and we were hoping that maybe we'd be able to fight for the next one when it popped up. Alrighty, so they've got Baron, and we're going to have to try and hold our base. We have lost all of the outer towers. We've got 2 left in top and bottom lane. We've got the inhibitor towers here and here. Got, of course, the Nexus towers. And here comes the inhib, but the difficult fight is going to be this upcoming one, because they are going to all have Baron, and we're going to have to try to fight for this inhib while they have that Baron buff. So that's going to be really the key fight. We need to try and hold this if at all possible. So anyway, there's the inhib, and yeah, as I said, that's the key fight. One nice thing is I do have the Aegis now. I had to build it as Sona because Evelyn doesn't really build an item like Aegis, doesn't really fit on her. It's a bit of an awkward fit on Sona as well. Now, we could have potentially put it on K-Hop, but he was disconnected and wasn't farming. Anyway, so they're going to go in, but look, there's only 3 of them here. Jarvan is not here. Maokai is not here. Oh, it's a great chain of corruption. And, oh, that is not who we wanted the Caitlyn ult to go on. So, oh, that was so close to being just a cleanup and killing everyone right there. But they're going to manage to disengage and back off. Still, it's going to force them to back away for the moment, but a real missed opportunity right there. They thought they had caught K-Hop, but in fact, we had really caught them in that particular situation. So anyway, but they're going to back, and that's going to buy us a little more time for that Baron buff to tick away. They've got about 2 minutes of their Baron buff left right now. Watch this, by the way. Nunu going to clear our ward, and yeah, immediate reward. I did think that their Nunu player did a great job of controlling vision. I know I mentioned that before, but it bears repeating. Just pink wards everywhere, all over the map. And when you get ahead, Oracle. That's what you want to do. You get ahead, use your advantage to clear out vision by the Oracle. The good thing is, Ryze, remember, Ryze took all that damage in the fight in bottom, and he still is not healed yet. You know, he's got Baron regen ticking away, but he is still at just a little bit over half health. But he really needed to go back to base and heal, and for whatever reason, he didn't do that. Note that Nunu is not full health either, so even though we weren't able to turn that into a huge victory in bottom lane, we did still manage to get some damage on them, and their team looks like they want to fight this again, even though they are not full health. So let's keep an eye on this, and again, team's not grouped. Maokai's not with them, but perhaps he will be later on. So they clearly want this inhib. We do not want to give up this inhib. And we're hoping up. So there's the flash initiate on the high legend. So can we protect him? They're going to dive in. I get a good Sona ult right there. Fallen is just killing everyone in the back. Really good positioning right there. They are going to get high legend, but watch now. Jarvan is going to continue diving. He takes a lot of tower shots. Meanwhile, Spreakway goes in, and finally, this is the key difference. The Shen ult on the Spreakway. That's what we need. He will get Ryze at the back end of this fight. Their team continuing to go in down here. Again, Jarvan taking so much tower damage, diving unnecessarily, so we will get him, and it is a 3 for 2. Now, K-Op's going to go in and get the taunt. We are all very, very low, but we just want to get them off the inhib. All they have left is jungler and support. They have no damage left. So we're going to make it out of there. Again, the key thing in that fight, the Shen ult just making such a huge difference. Shen ult on Spreakway when he goes in. Spreak gets the shield from his ult, 300 health shield. He gets the Shen ult as well. That's why we picked Evelynn in this team comp. We just need that Shen ult to go on the Spreakway. Made such a huge difference. Also in that fight, Fallen, really good positioning. He was just blasting away with Arcano. What is his ultimate? Arcane Barrage was blasting away with that on their full team. They all went on High Legend, so poor High got blown up pretty quickly. But that allowed Spreakway and Fallen to deal very, very heavy damage. And I did finally get off a good crescendo in that fight as well. They were all grouped up, and I think I hit 3 or 4 of them with the crescendo, so that was pretty good. And the key thing is, note that the gold total didn't really change. They're still ahead by 8,000 gold, but we held the inhib, and that was the key thing. They had Baron, and that was their best chance to get the inhib right here, but they didn't get, they didn't get it. And now Baron is out. They no longer have Baron on anyone. Yeah, see, Maokai survived that fight, does not have Baron. And we've got the timer for Baron. So we know when it's going to repop. Where is it? It should be here in the chat. It's not bolded here in spectator mode yet. So 38:44, we've got the timer. I believe I had it as 38, like 30. I think I had it as like 38:30 or 38:40 in our chat. So anyway, we've got the timer. They're going to go ahead and take Dragon again. They've done a nice job of controlling the global gold, and that's going to put them 10k gold ahead after they claim this. Wait for it. There it is. So there we go. 10k gold ahead. And I mean, again, their team should not lose from this position, but they don't have Baron, and their team has done a very poor job of staying grouped, staying organized. Again, note, Varus is way up here. We can see he's not with the team. And we finally have good ward coverage. I've been able to push some wards out into our jungle. That's pretty good coverage in this situation, and they had wards all through our jungle, but they've all died now. We really didn't know what Nunu was doing either. Excuse me, Nunu was off split pushing by himself a lot. We didn't really understand that, but we're just gonna wait and try to catch someone and see if we can catch someone in a bad position. So watch this. Oh, Jarvan steps on the trap. Out comes the Arcane Barrage. He's gonna try to jump away, but the Caitlyn ult. Oh, Ace in the hole picks him off, and that's what we need. We need them to make mistakes. But look, again, their team is not grouped. Why are they split all over the map? It doesn't really make sense. We're like, okay, Varus, you're going to go up there in top lane. Well, we've just killed the strongest member of your team. We've just killed your Jarvan. So we're going to go, and we're going to push up mid, and Ryze is going to get engaged on Flash Crescendo. Did we really need a Flash Crescendo there? Not 100% sure, but thought it was worthwhile to do so. Just because we've now killed their top laner and we've killed their mid laner, and that means this is an inhib that they really can't defend this. We've got Shen. K-Op can ult in. That's the power of Shen right there. Another Arcane Barrage. Look at the damage coming out. Is this going to kill their Varus player? No, but he has to go back to base. So again, that's going to mean a tower here for us. And can we get the inhib? Yes, we can. Varus is still healing. Jarvan still 10 seconds. So the catch, just getting that catch on Jarvan, and then using everything to get the kill on Ryze. Granted, like I said, we used all our ults. I used Flash and Crescendo, but I'd say it was worth it because we got that. We got that inhib. Now I make a mistake here. I'm recalling in a very unsafe position. Should not have done that. Oh, look at that. Steps right past the trap. Not sure if he even knew that was there. Maokai has the mobility boots. That means it is impossible to escape. Cannot get away from this. And I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. I've really cost us here because the whole idea was to back and then do Baron, and they have managed to catch me. Oh dear. So big mistake. Needed to be with the team. Needed to not get caught there. That is not good support play right there. Anyway though, so now that our team is going to try to stall them off the Baron right here. Managed to get in a ton of damage on Jarvan again. So there is that Shen ult once again on the Spreakaway. Meanwhile, again, Xerath just in the back, DPSing. High Legend not being touched right now. So Ryze is going to go in and try to initiate on him. Jarvan Cataclysm up there at the top of the screen. Fallen has popped this barrier. High is still kiting back here. And are we going to be able to get this kill? So Xerath goes down. But High, can he survive this? No, not going to get the kill right there. But K-Hop, that Sunfire Cape still ticking. He is managed to keep them off Baron. Oh, the trap on Dan Forever. Manages to stop him from getting away, at least for the moment. K-Hop still racing, and Spreakaway has gone back to base, has the mobility boots, comes back out as fight. There is one kill picked up. And now Spreakaway is on top of their Maokai player. And Spreakaway is slowing. He's got Rylai's. Maokai cannot escape from this. He does not have the mobility boots trigger going in. And, oh, there is the kick in the back from the Evelynn heals. And we're like, Baron. 4 members of their team are dead. Ryze is having to defend their Nexus. Baron. So, even though we're low, yeah, look at the comment. You really think you can do that? We knew it was warded. But we've got Sona heals. We've got Spreakaway's ability to just DPS. We've got the feint from K-Hop. And the oh my god, he can. Nunu comes in. We are going to look to try and kill Nunu. Anyway, we are going to get that with the Smite. Nunu not able to steal. He has no flash to get out because he is now flashed in. And holy cow, we have picked up the Baron. We've got the leading kills. We're still down 7,000 gold, but their team is in a lot of trouble. Minions pushing in top lane. We've got the inhib down here. More and more members of their team are dead. And now we're going to go ahead and buy and look to push. So, again, just as soon as we had K-Hop back, his Shen just felt like the game really swung as soon as we had that, because we just needed the Shen ultimate onto Spreakaway in these fights. Like, that was just the key thing we needed. Spreakaway really strong right now. Leandries, Spirit of the Elder Lizard, Rylai's, Void Staff as well. And his ult, let's see, how much does his ult deal? Let's see. Deals 28% of their health, 70% movement speed slow, 300 health shield for each enemy champion hit. Yeah, that's a lot. So, huge shield. And with the Shen ultimate on top of that, it's what's allowing us to win these fights. Okay, so once again, oh, this is a risky place to ward. That was probably too risky to place that without anyone close by. So what we're looking to do is we said we're going to go top. We're going to have K-Hop in bottom lane using Shen, sort of as usual. Standard Shen stuff. Anyway, so, uh-oh, this is not good. They're going to go in, and this would be trouble, except that the team is here. In comes the Shen ultimate. Meanwhile, Fallen and Spreak are right there. High is going to pile in from the back side. Jarvan is going to jump over the wall, but we're just going to focus on the people who are still here. Maokai and the Nunu. So that's another great stun from Fallen right there. And Nunu will fall as well. Now Spreakaway is going to go after Jarvan. He is just going to chase after Jarvan. Meanwhile, the rest of us are just going to look to push middle lane. Anyway, Spreak is going to run in, and yeah, Jarvan, you're not getting away. So the push straight up mid. Our team's still down 5,000 gold, but does it really matter at this point? Well, no, not really. We've still got the Baron, and we're going to push with 5, and wow, look at that poke coming out from Fallen. Really strong Xerath game here. So, I'm going to get this tower. Well, get the Nexus inhibitor, Nexus towers. Oh, the Arcane Barrage. And, oh, can he get it? No, can't. Only due to the barrier. Varus would have died if it weren't for the barrier right there. So much damage. But yeah, 3 members of their team dead. Not a whole lot that they can do. Nexus is falling. Super Minions down. And we will take this match. Still down 3.5k gold. Still able to come out on top. Never took the lead in gold. But remember, the game is ultimately not about gold. It's about taking objectives, and that is something that we were able to do. So a really fun game, a game that just swung on the disconnect. Poor K-Hop swung on the disconnect and then swung back again as soon as he reconnected. Their team, I thought, did well, played well mechanically, did a good job of controlling vision, did a nice job with all those pink wards and the oracles, and certainly farmed well. I mean, if you look at the gold, at the end of the game, they're still ahead in most of the lanes. I mean, if you check out, they're ahead in top by a lot, as you'd expect from the disconnect, ahead in bottom lane, ahead on support. Behind in mid because Fallen had such a strong game, and slightly behind in jungle. But I mean, they're ahead in gold just about everywhere. The real problem was they did not play very well as a team. Their coordination was not good. They didn't focus the right objectives. They wasted a huge amount of time where it was 5v4. Now, granted, they probably didn't know it was 5v4, but they wasted a ton of time. Waited way too long to take Baron. And they did not fight very well. In the fight that we have over our inhib, which was the key fight in the game, they did not fight it very well. Jarvan took 5 or 6 or 8 tower shots down here, and that allowed us to come out on top. So a really fun game, and a good example of sticking in there, and the power of perseverance, as I'd say. Anyway, wanted to share this game with everyone. Been a busy week. Sorry there haven't been any videos in the last week, but it's been quite busy. Anyway, hope to see some of you on Wednesday night. Until then, have a great week. See you later. Take care.